First tonight, a secret blacklist maintained by the state that is causing some big problems for parents across West Michigan. If you land on it, it could cost you your job, your reputation, and other opportunities.
Now, it's called the Child Abuse and Neglect Central Registry, and state investigators can put you on it for minor issues without a judge's ruling or even a hearing.
More than 2 years after Target 8 first exposed the secret registry, the law is changing starting today. But critics say the reforms still fall short.
It seems like the system's rigged against you.
Carol Zielinski says she just wanted help for her family, but instead saw her life thrown into turmoil almost 2 years ago.
It seems like it can't be happening, but it is.
The mother of 3 from Mattawan called Child Protective Services herself to help sort through some minor issues related to her teenage daughter. Instead of help, CPS pointed the finger at Carol.
So I was kind of hoping they would take some action, but of course I never dreamed it was against me.
No notice, no hearing, Carol was thrown onto Michigan's Central Registry, the state's secret database of some 270,000 people suspected of abuse or neglect. Serious charges that can affect your parenting, your employment, your education. You had to hire an attorney.
Yes.
You said you lost your job. You weren't able to volunteer at your kid's school.
Right.
I mean, this started to compound pretty fast.
Right. There's a lot of things that affected in our life and what it possibly would affect in the future.
This registry listing is the most damaging thing a government can do to you without giving you a hearing.
Family law attorney Elizabeth Warner represents families suing the state of Michigan for creating what she says is a blacklist of people unfairly labeled as child abusers.
So it destroys your charity work, your parenting, your employment, and your education, sometimes forever.
Warner's 5-year crusade has resulted in some legislative changes designed to soften some of the harshest provisions of the registry. Now, instead of staying on the list for life, the new law limits the time to 10 years, except for the most extreme cases. CPS now admitting they've known the law needed to be retooled.
And we really recognize the need for a change and the need for a modification. And again, we led the charge to make that change happen. Certainly shouldn't lead to a lifetime of being on that registry. And so I think our department has been aware of the need for that change for a number of years.
Would you say this is a fight that's still not over?
Oh, the fight's still not over because the bill does not fix, the new law does not fix the constitutional problems of the registry.
Warner tells Target 8 that the state still needs to address the issue of due process.
You do not get a hearing on whether you should be put on the registry until after they've put you on the registry.
The law now requires individuals to be notified with explanations of both the reason they're being placed on the list and how to appeal. It also sets a time limit for an individual to request a hearing. Yes, amendments, Carol Zielinski says, are long overdue.
You should have your day in court before they can do that. It shouldn't just be one person making a decision that puts you on there.
Critics also argue that the threshold for what CPS considers abuse or neglect is quite low. And that's why some 270,000 people are on that list, oftentimes for reasons like things like keeping a dirty house or because neighbors didn't approve of another's parenting. The new law does not address those concerns. It only gives you an avenue to appeal.